All right, boys and girls, it's our last video for the day. I have our story time. Snack time's over. Come on over onto the carpet and let's read our story. I got this story from Mrs. Nelson. It's called The Wonky Donkey, and she told me it was very silly, so I'm excited to read it to you. It's called The Wonky Donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! And he only had 3 legs. Look at that. He was a wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He only had 3 legs and 1 eye. He was a winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He had only 3 legs, 1 eye, and he liked to listen to country music. He was a honky, tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Hee-haw! I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He had only 3 legs, 1 eye, he liked to listen to country music, and he was quite tall and slim. He was a lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Hee-haw! I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He had only 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music, and he was quite tall and slim, and he smelled really, really bad. He was a stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. Do you think this is the donkey that carried Mary? Isn't that funny? I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He had only 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music, and he was quite tall and slim. He smelled really, really bad. And that morning, he'd gotten up early and hadn't had coffee. He was a cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. So it's like a tongue twister. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He had only 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelled really, really bad. And that morning he'd gotten up early and hadn't had any coffee. And he was always getting into mischief. He was a hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, dinky, lanky, honky-tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! He had only 3 legs, 1 eye. He liked to listen to country music. He was quite tall and slim. He smelled really, really bad. That morning he'd gotten up early and hadn't had a coffee. And he was always getting into mischief. But he was quite good looking. He was a spunky, hanky, panky, cranky, stinky, danky, lanky, honky, tonky, winky, wonky donkey. I was walking down the road and I saw a donkey. Hee-haw! Wasn't that a fun book? I picked it because Mary was carried to Bethlehem on a donkey, and I thought it was funny to have a funny book about a donkey. All right, it's time for our Bible story today. And it's called Daniel and the Lions. All right. Daniel was the king's helper. Daniel was the king's friend. Daniel was God's friend too. He talked to God every day, just like we do. One day, the king said, "Everybody stop praying. You must pray just to me. If you pray to God, I'll put you to where the lions are. Now remember, we've talked about this before, that we're so lucky to live where we live that we can pray to God and no one will get angry with us. Now, back then, kings were a little bit, well, they thought they were all that in a bag of chips. They thought they were the coolest, and they thought everybody should pray to me because I'm the best. But kings are not the best. The only person that's the best is God, right? So we don't pray to kings. We don't pray to anything else, just God. Now, Daniel heard what the king said. Daniel thought about the lions. Daniel said, I will pray to God anyway. So, Daniel knows better. He knows to pray to God only. All right? Daniel went home. He went upstairs. He got down on his knees and he talked to God. The next day, Daniel talked to God again. Soon the king's men came. They saw Daniel praying, and they ran to tell the king. Look, they were spying on him, and now they're going to go tattletale to the king. We saw Daniel praying. They said, Daniel is talking to his God. Oh my, said the king. He didn't want to put Daniel where the lions were. Remember, him and Daniel are friends, and he didn't want to put Daniel down there. Oh my, said the king. He was sad. He liked Daniel. But at last he said, Daniel, your God will take care of you. So they put Daniel down in the place with the lions. Then everybody went home. They left him there. The lions saw Daniel. The lions heard Daniel. The lions smelled Daniel. But the lions didn't bite Daniel. Do you know why? Because God shut their mouths. In the morning, the king came running. Oh, Daniel, he said, was your God strong enough? Could he save you from the lions? And Daniel said, yes. Yes, O king, my God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. They haven't hurt me at all. Now the king was very happy. He said to his men, pull Daniel up out of the place of the lions. So they pulled Daniel up out of the lion place. They looked at his face. They looked at his hands. They looked at his feet. The lions hadn't even scratched him. All right, that's the end of that story. Now the lesson I want you to learn, remember I always say there's always a lesson when we read a Bible story. The lesson we want to learn is no matter what, we pray to God, no matter what. Even if someone tells you, oh, it's not cool to pray to God, you always pray to God, even when it sometimes is not easy to do it. Okay? All right. All right, now I want you to get out your big piece of blue construction paper and your K. Mrs. Dale, will you show some of the supplies that they have that they need to take out? Find your capital letter K, find your blue paper, and then we have this little half sheet of paper with leaves on it. If you could get that out too. You'll also need crayons and scissors and a glue stick. I think I need a glue stick, Mrs. Dale.
Oh, you're right, Mrs. Rapp.
Can you get a glue stick for me? Thank you. All right, so get your capital K, your sheet with the leaves on it, and this is a koala bear, and then this blue sheet of paper. crayons and a glue stick and some scissors. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our capital letter K and we're going to color it brown because we're going to use it as kind of like a tree. All right. Now remember, we're going to cut this out so you can use big strokes, and it doesn't matter if you go out of the lines. Just doesn't matter because we're going to cut it. Big strokes helps you get it done faster. And it doesn't matter if you go out of the lines because we're cutting it. Now you're definitely going to have to pause the video to finish your coloring. Definitely you're going to need some more time. Pause the video if you're still coloring, okay? All right, if you are watching, you're done coloring. Here we go. We're gonna color or cut on the lines. Let's cut out our K's. Capital K. Stay on the black line. Throw all your scraps away. Mom will be so proud if you clean up after yourself. All right. Okay, so if you're not done cutting and coloring your K, pause the video. Give yourself some time. All right. All right, if you're done with your K, then we can continue. Next, you're going to get out your gray crayon. If you don't have a gray crayon, you can use black, but you have to color really lightly to make it look grayish. Now, this is a K word. I don't know why it's in two pieces. It's in two pieces. It's a koala bear. I don't know if you've ever heard of one, but they live in Australia. We're gonna color the koala bear gray. I'm gonna not color his nose because I know his nose is black. So I'm gonna go around his nose. When I was little, I loved koala bears. And then his body is gray too. Now I want to make isn't that funny that pink is such a hard color? Like you would think that'd be a color that comes in. Well, you know what? Well, I was going to make the inside of his ears pink. Instead, I'm just going to make them like this flesh color. Like that. And then I'm going to color the gray around the outside. Okay. And then I'm going to get my black crayon and I'm going to color his nose black. There we go. There's my koala bear. Now maybe you recognize it more. And then I'm going to find what color greens I have. I have a couple different greens. I have, let's see, 1, 2. I have like 3 different greens. It's almost like a neon green. And I'm going to color my leaves, all different kinds of greens. Maybe this one I'll color dark green. And then I'll color this one a medium green. There we go. And a neon green. Okay. So color your leaves, color your koala. Koala. Do you know where koala bears live? They live in Australia. It's pretty far away. It's like a big island. Maybe I can show you on a map while you're coloring. So when I finish, maybe we'll go look at the map real quick, Mrs. Dale. That'll be fun. All right, let's see here. Make another one like these, even though it looks a little yellowish. And then one more. All right. So while you continue coloring, you keep coloring. Let's go look at a map, Mrs. Dale.
Okay.
I'm going to show you where Australia is. That's the only place where koalas can live. Let's see here. Let's see which map. Oh, here's a good one. All right, so we live right here, United States. Look at this, all the way on the other side of the world over here. This is Australia. See how it's like a big island? That is the only place where koala bears can live. Isn't that amazing? Right there on that island. All right, if you're not done coloring your leaves and your koala bear and you have your K done, then I would pause this video and give yourself some more time. There's no rush, okay? If you're not done with all that, pause the video. If you're ready to go on, I have good news. We're going to bubble cut. We are not going to cut on the line. These are very small objects. So the only place I want you to kind of cut pretty close is underneath his head. Everywhere else, and I'll show you why, everywhere else you kind of just bubble cut. Remember how we bubble cut? We kind of just go around, but not on the line. So that's his head. And then we're gonna bubble cut his body. Now, again, this part right here, I do want you to kind of cut close. So the top right here and the bottom right here, because his body is gonna fit together. So the only place I really cut on the line was on the bottom of his head and the top of his body, because these two are gonna glue together like that. And if you bubble cut, it'll look weird because there'll be space in between. So you do kind of want to cut close there because you're gonna glue it like this, okay? All right, now the leaves we're gonna bubble cut. So you're just gonna go bubble cut. You don't wanna make them huge. So still stay pretty close to the line. Just give yourself a little extra room. They're on here pretty tight, so you just have to basically cut between. So I'm giving myself a little extra room, but I'm not making it huge. I'm just giving a little extra room up next to the lines because the stems are really skinny. The leaves are really tiny. It's kind of impossible to cut it exactly on the line. Oops, I just ripped a leaf with my scissors. Oops. There we go. Almost done. That's garbage. Let's see how many we have left. Do you know what koalas like to eat? Koalas are animals who live in a tree called the eucalyptus tree. And that's all they eat is eucalyptus leaves. So they're kind of remind me a little bit about like panda bears, because panda bears only eat bamboo and koala bears only eat eucalyptus leaves. So they're kind of the same. They have a very particular diet. So we're going to pretend like these are eucalyptus leaves for our koala bear. Okay. So, all right. Now we're going to put it together. I'm going to make sure I know my example. Okay. So remember, we've started doing our projects. We have capital and lowercase. So we definitely want to have our K on one side of the paper. All right, let's take our glue stick. Now, if you're not done with all this, pause the video. Give yourself more time to finish cutting out your leaves and koala bear and everything. All right, so we're gonna first put our K here. And then we're going to take our leaves. We're gonna pretend like the K is the tree trunk. So we're gonna put some leaves on our tree. You can just put them all over, and it's kind of cool because you can kind of just pick what you want to do. There's no special order. You can do whatever you want to do. Well, before I finish the leaves, actually, I want to put my koala bear on. I'm going to put my koala bear kind of sitting on the tree branch. See that? He's kind of in between the tree branch sitting. Like this. He's sitting in the tree, eating his yummy leaves. There he is. Sitting in the tree, eating leaves. You can put it anywhere you want. There's no right or wrong way of doing this, okay? There we go. So our koala is sitting in our tree. Now, you're definitely gonna have to put your name on there. I'll put my name on here. I'm gonna use a black crayon. I'll put Mrs. Rapp. You put your name. And you know what I want you to put down here, right? We're gonna spell koala. K-O-A-L-A, koala. Mrs. Dale's gonna zoom in, make sure you see that. Koala, you can always freeze the video and copy that. And then she's going to show you the whole project again. So if you're not done, hit pause and you can look at this picture and follow it while you finish. Okay? All right, boys and girls. So that's our last project for today. And if you're not done, you can rewind the video, pause the video, and finish your koala. All right, it's free play time now. So you guys can have some free play time and have some fun. And then tomorrow I will see you for Wednesday, December 9th. All right, bye-bye.